In the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you one of the best ways to become an e-commerce entrepreneur in 2025. So I'm sure most of us have dreamed of one day owning our own business, having full control of our time, being our own boss, living that entrepreneur lifestyle, that lifestyle that allows you to earn money while spending time with your family, traveling the world, and building a life that you want to live. But of course, as we know, it's not that easy to actually become an entrepreneur. There are a lot of roadblocks, a lot of challenges. Some people, they lack the capital to buy inventory that they would need in order to sell to people. Others, they lack guidance and mentorship to know about the right strategies to run a successful business. And for others, they lack the time to do the daily operations of running an e-commerce store because they have a full-time job or they have other commitments. Some people, of course, they lack all three. It's not easy to become an e-commerce entrepreneur. Traditionally, if you wanted to start your own business, retail or e-commerce, you'd have to spend hundreds of thousands buying up inventory that you're not sure people would actually buy. You'd have to guess what variants, what products people might like. Once you have this inventory, you'd have to store it somewhere, ship and pack every order yourself. And on top of this, you'd have to figure out marketing, branding, advertising, finding ways to let people discover your brand. It's not an easy task. I've seen it happen multiple times. People spend their life savings on products that they hope would take off, only to be left with a warehouse full of unsold inventory. And this is one thing that honestly I do not want to happen to you. That's why I want to introduce to you the new way of starting an e-commerce business in the Philippines in 2025, and that's with Mod Factory. So here's the good news, no? With Mod Factory, we've built a system that allows you to launch a clothing business without inventory, without the fulfillment headaches, and without the wasted opportunity, and without having to spend millions. Basically, in a nutshell, here's how it works. Our print-on-demand system allows you to sell products before having to pay for the inventory. This basically lowers your inventory risk to zero and allows you to find the products that people want to buy before having to spend money purchasing that product and keeping that inventory. Basically, all you have to do is number one, set up your e-commerce store. Number two, create best-selling designs. Number three, market that product to potential customers. And number four, get paid and live that entrepreneur lifestyle. All while Mod Factory handles the printing, shipping, packing, and delivery to your customer. And of course, this isn't just theory. Here at Mod Factory, we have over 200 plus clients who have already achieved their dream of owning their own e-commerce business. Brands like Taste Co, who in their second year have already generated over 5 million pesos in sales. That's right, 5 million. Another brand is Sticky Co, who has used Mod Factory to generate 6 figures in monthly revenue, and at the same time has also been featured in different local media publications. So imagine that, you're running an e-commerce business, you're making money, you're earning, and at the same time you're being recognized by media publications as having a cool brand or a brand that people should wear. Now you're probably wondering, how exactly do you get to access Mod Factory system? So we have two offers. We have the 6-month membership and we have the annual membership. So the 6-month membership is 7,000 pesos while the annual membership is 10,000 pesos. Me personally, I love the annual deal because it really gives you the amount of time that you need to really run a successful business. In fact, if you think about it, that's just about 800 pesos and you already have your own e-commerce brand. If you were to try to start this otherwise, you'd have to spend hundreds and thousands of pesos just on the inventory to get started. What do you get exactly as a Mod member? So first is you have unlimited product launches. So that means you're able to launch an unlimited amount of designs. So you can start with anywhere from 50 designs, 100 designs, to even 1,000 designs, to find out which products, which designs people would actually buy. If you were to try to do this in a traditional manufacturing sense, you'd spend millions of pesos, honestly. Even at just like 50 designs, you'd already spend over 150,000 pesos. The next benefit that Mod members get, of course, is hands-free operations and fulfillment. So this means that we take care of the logistics, the fulfillment. So that's the warehousing, the storage, the packing, the production. You don't even have to think of this yourself. So imagine if you were to do this yourself, you'd either need to hire people to do your packing for you, which would cost like, how much is the minimum wage right now? Like 18,000 per month. It's a lot of money just to get started, which you'd get the benefit of not having to do that yourself by becoming a Mod member. Last but not least, you also have full access to our educational library. Me and the Mod team, we report everything that we've learned from scaling and managing multiple e-commerce businesses to bite-sized chunks that will allow you to kind of easily digest and find out ano ba yung mga secret sauce to actually run a successful business. On top of this, you also, as a Mod member, you also get a dedicated support team to answer your concerns and your questions. And as a bonus, we also have invite-only events where you get to meet other e-commerce founders, others who are all on the same journey as you to exchange notes, exchange strategies, to basically learn from each other. Now, you might be thinking, you're not a designer. How exactly are you going to sell t-shirt designs? Well, don't worry. That's where our educational content comes in. This is where we teach you how to use AI and different design software, different software tools to actually create designs without needing any technical skills. Basically, you just need to write a prompt, a few words, and you already have designs ready to sell. Another thing that you might be thinking is, if Mod Factory handles the fulfillment, the production, how are you going to ensure that the product quality is top notch? Well, that's honestly a fair question. And you can always buy a sample anytime, even before you become a member. In fact, we do encourage it to buy a sample before becoming a member para you can see for yourself the print quality, the fabric quality of our shirts and our prints. In fact, the shirt that I'm wearing today is actually by Mod. I encourage you to buy a sample so you can see the print for yourself. On top of that, I can also share some operational metrics. In terms of error rate, we actually have an error rate of less than 1%, 0.7% to be exact. And even for these mistakes, we actually offer free replacements. Your customer that received the faulty item, they get to keep that, and we'll actually send a new product completely free of charge. In terms of ship out speed, we are actually able to deliver, we're actually able to ship out products within 2 to 5 business days. Most of your customers won't actually even know that their products are made through print on demand. That's how kind of efficient and effective we've become in our mod system, no? If you're somebody who has ever said that someday you'd want to own your own business, well, today is that day. Click the button below and let's build your brand together.